Hello everyone, happy Christmas. Been a while as per. Managed to get a bit of a few minutes to do a video for you guys today. Celebrate Christmas. Hope you all have a blue Christmas. See what I did there? I'm going to go and show you some pickups that I had before Christmas and tell you about the ones I'm hoping to get for Christmas. And I'm also going to show you a surprise package from my friend Greg again. Very generous friend of mine who has sent me some amazing new laser discs to add to the collection. Not going to go down that road though, but these are amazing what he's managed to find me. So I'm going to show you off these and also a little surprise gift that he put in there as well. So the first one, we all know this needs no introduction. This is the Terminator. And I don't know what these obviously must be from Japan or somewhere because they come with these like little edges there with all this writing on, but they're all in, I think in Japanese at the back. I'm not so sure if that one is actually. Oh, that's English actually. But yeah, these are laser discs, and I just love that image. This is definitely going to get framed. No, it needs no introduction. This is one of Arnie's best movies, in my opinion. Also love Linda Hamilton, Michael Biehn. Met Michael Biehn quite a few years ago now. Got a photo up there with him. Still not managed to meet Linda yet. Hopefully she'll start doing conventions. I think she's been doing a few in America. Fingers crossed she might come over to these shores and maybe do one in the new year. But yeah, that's the first one, the Terminator, which is really cool. Red Heat. Again, fantastic image, really, really good. Especially love the title being in Japanese there, I think, and with the Russian and the American flag. Not one of his best films, but he looks iconic as this Russian police, like special agent, what have you. I've not seen the film for many, many years. I have it up there somewhere amongst my collection. Maybe I should watch it sometime soon. But yeah, these are really cool additions. I love all the images at the back. You don't really tend to see some of those images on the back of the VHS or the DVD or Blu-ray or what have you. But yeah, that's a really cool one for Red Heat. He also sent me this really cool kind of like retro looking version of the Running Man, which I love. I mean, all that crazy writing at the top there. Is it crazy? It's obviously a different language, but but no, yeah, that's the Running Man there, which I quite like. And also got some great imagery on the back there with all the stalkers at the bottom there and everything, and the iconic uniform that he wears in the film. This is definitely in the top 5 for me of his movies. I absolutely adore The Running Man. It's one of my favourites. Interesting to hear that Edgar Wright is going to be maybe doing a new version, a reimagining as opposed to a remake. And they said that they're going to stick more closely to the short story that inspired it by, it was Stephen King, but it was under a pseudonym. I cannot remember what his, Richard Bachman, so it's in the drawer. But yeah, this is one of my favourites by him, and it's got some great lines, great action set pieces. Thinking about picking up the 4K at some point, but I've got a really good Blu-ray that comes with, it's like a media book. Sadly, it's in a different language. I think it's in German, but it comes with the soundtrack as well, which I absolutely love. I love the soundtrack as well. It's got that really cool 80s electronic aesthetic to it. So yeah, that's the Running Man. And the little surprise that came with it was quite interesting. I've never seen anything quite like this. He always gets these crazy things. These are assorted Schwarzenegger stickers. So there's one there. This one here. To try and guess the films, I believe that's Jingle All the Way. There. Obviously needs no introduction. We all know what that comes from. I just love his facial expressions on a lot of these stickers. I don't know if I want to stick them. I'm sure I will. Put them around the room. Shut up! We all know, don't we? I love that one. From True Lies. One of his, well, let's say, interesting performances. Not Mrs. Doubtfire. That's what I thought. I was like, Mrs. Doubtfire? Was he dressed like that? Oh yeah, Junior. Some very straight. These stickers are brilliant. So funny. I don't know where he's got them from. This is iconic. Absolutely fantastic. There's the old Running Man tyre. It's cool. Bizarre. Very good. Obviously needs no introduction. Total Recall. And last but not least, I think this is from, obviously it must be from Junior. Such a bizarre image. So strange. But yeah. So they're brilliant though. So thank you very much, Greg, for that. I remember, I think I came in from a night out and opened it when I'd had a few drinks, and I tried to do a video there and then, and I could not get the words out. I was really drunk. but also obviously I was very grateful for it. So thank you very much for that. Let's go on to the pickups now. First one, I managed to do a cheeky little bid on eBay. Again, didn't think I would win it, but obviously I did. And I've been after this for a little while, and it's come in perfect condition. And it's the Twin Dragons 88 Films Special Edition. Jackie Chan playing twins. One, I think he's like a bit of a criminal, and the other one is randomly I think he's a conductor or something like that. And obviously they end up being mistaken for one another, and it's that, you know, comedic thing. I think it's more comedic from what I remember. I do remember going to see it at the cinema, and I think it was an American re-release, and apparently that is not as good as the original. And on here you get the original version, so I will give that a go. But I just love these 88 sets and the artwork again, and yeah, so I managed to get that. I was really chuffed with that. So the first one, again, going off front cover alone, never heard of this film before. Hands of Steel. Don't really know a great deal about it. Obviously looks like kind of a futuristic kind of thing, but it probably won't look that futuristic. But love the cover, love the title, so I went with Hands of Steel. Second one is, sorry for my fingers, is Amazonian Cannibal Caper. I'm into my cannibals at the moment, Italian cannibal stuff. I've been really enjoying them. I'm really liking the cannibal movies, and so I've picked up a couple more. So that's that first, Amazonian, and then this one is the Green Inferno, aka apparently Cannibal Holocaust 2, which I don't really know if it is that. I think they probably put that on just to sell it. And obviously we all know Eli Roth made his own version of this. Again, don't really know anything about it. Heard it's not that great, but I'm like I said, I'm really enjoying all these Italian cannibal movies, so I thought I would pick up that one. So that's Green Inferno. And then the two Asian ones I picked up, I mean, I've no idea what this one's about. It sounds like a bit of a type, maybe superhero-esque kind of film, but I don't know if it's a superhero. And that is the Oily Maniac there, which just looks so bizarre. But again, love me Asian stuff, love the 88 stuff that they released, so went with that. And then this new one, this sounds crazy, the Blue Jean Monster, which is about this cop who, I think he ends up being killed in action, and somehow he gets resurrected, but he needs to have like bolts of lightning or bolts of electricity into his body regularly to keep him going. So I think they said it's a bit like Crank, you know, the Jason Statham film where he has to keep his heart going. But this guy's actually dead. I think he's like supposed to be like kind of a zombie cop. But again, don't really know anything about it. Just kind of went off the front cover. Yeah, still haven't had a chance to watch it yet, but it looks really good. And it is RoboDoc. This is a huge documentary about, obviously, RoboCop. I remember going to the HorrorCon, God, about 4 or 5 years ago, and I picked up from a stall, obviously was promoting the documentary. Now this documentary has been being made probably for about 4 or 5 years, I think. And I remember chatting to him at the time and everything, and apparently was struggling with getting Peter Weller on board because at the time he wasn't really a big fan of talking about that. But since I think he's realised he can go to all these conventions and make an absolute ton of money, he's decided to embrace it a bit more, which I don't know why you wouldn't embrace something that you are so iconic for, but you know, it's just one of them things, isn't it? Some of them don't like talking about films, like one specific film, they like to talk about others that they did. But Peter Weller, obviously, is going to be very well known for that part. But yeah, I've no idea what it's about or what it's like. I've read really good reviews about it. I think it's about 4 hours long, so you have to watch it in a couple of chapters. But yeah, they've done a couple of documentaries as well. I think they've done one about It, and they've done one about Freddy Krueger or Robert Englund, I think. So yeah, looking forward to watching that. It's one of my favourites, RoboCop. It's a classic. So yeah, that's RoboDoc. These were two that were I bought off a friend of mine, Chris. He's into his. He's got such a varied taste and range, and we always have such a great chat every time I see him about films and everything. And he's introduced me to a lot of different types of movies that I would never probably have watched if I hadn't met him. And I remember watching one of these when I was a kid, but I haven't actually seen the other. And I keep saying I'm going to watch it before Christmas. I've got tonight and tomorrow night to watch it. So these are the Santa Claus and Scrooged. I believe Chris upgraded to 4K, so he let me buy these at a very, very cheap price. I haven't seen Scrooged, but I've seen Santa Claus many, many years ago. I don't really remember anything about it, but they're cool, two little cool Christmas titles for over the holidays. And he also sold me these ones at a very good price. This is a Severin order. We did a Severin order recently, me and Chris. I say me and Chris did it, he ordered it, but we are still waiting for those three. Well, he ordered a lot more than I did. I only ordered 3 tiles, but yeah, it's a bit frustrating when it takes that long. I think it was about 2 months ago that we ordered them, still not here. We're hoping that maybe January that we received them, but I ordered 3 tiles. I ordered Massacre in Dinosaur Valley, Fred's, and what was it, Eaten Alive, which is another Italian horror movie. Cannibal movie, and Chris ordered loads more, but it still states apparently that they're not even been dispatched yet, so fingers crossed we get them in the new year. But anyway, he sold me this Severin tile, Vi. Again, I don't really know anything about this. It just looks so cool though. I really love the artwork and everything and stuff like that. I think it's that kind of a gothic horror title. I know that Eureka did a version of it. This is the Severin release. Chris said it was a really, really good one, and I think he recently upgraded, so he got me this, so he let me have this. And he also sold me Dario Argento's production of this film called The Church, which again I haven't heard much about, but I love Argento, so picked that up on. And another one that Argento produced, and I believe this was supposed to be Lucio Fulci's last film, but sadly he passed away as they were in the process of doing it. And this is Wax Mask, which again I don't know really anything about, but thanks to Chris, I think he actually let me have that one for nothing, so thank you very much. And we'll maybe sometime soon hopefully give that a go. But there's 2 Argentos, The Church and Wax Mask. And finally, the big purchase. Wasn't going to do this because I kind of wanted the 4K, but I thought, why am I worrying about the 4K? I don't really think that it's necessary to have everything in 4K, because the Blu-rays are so good. Like the Beverly Hills Cop movies, I don't think they're the best transfers, but the Blu-ray was really, really good. And I think your TV does sometimes upscale the image. So I thought, no, I'm just going to get the Blu-ray set. And I got it for a good price. Chris ordered it for me through Zavvi. And this is the Psycho collection from Arrow. Psychos 1, 2, 3 and 4. Comes with a book and everything and stuff like that, and a really awesome rectangular sleeve there. And yeah, I wasn't going to get this, but then the more I saw about it and everything, I just thought, I actually enjoy the first one a lot. I've seen the second and third one not that long ago, the third one not that long ago, and quite liked it. Never seen the fourth. I know I've heard mixed things about it, but yeah, thought, you know, I'm going to get this before it goes out of print. And randomly they've just announced that they're doing a standard version without the first one, which is baffling to me. It makes me a bit annoyed when Arrow do that, especially when they announce a re-release or a standard version so soon after they've released this. I don't think it's even 6 months, and they're releasing a standard version of it. I know that, you know, not everybody wants to pay a huge amount of money. I mean, that wasn't that bad. I think it was about £45 for 4 films. I think it's some of like 2 discs as well and stuff like that, and the book and the extras and things. And I didn't mind so much with that. But some are really, really expensive. Like the recent Hellraiser 4K set was just, I think it was £75, and I've got the gorgeous Hellraiser Scarlet box set, and this was one of my very first Arrow purchases. And I just thought, nah, I don't think I need them. I mean, these Blu-rays are very good quality, and you get a really awesome documentary on here called Leviathan, which is all about the making of the film, and they've got a book up there all about it as well. I think that was done by the people who did RoboDoc as well. But I thought, you know, I don't really need another version of it. I don't need them on 4K. The first one is being released on 4K. Maybe, but I don't need multiple versions of the same film. It's just getting silly now. You know, just for the sake of packaging or maybe a slight upscale on image. I mean, I watched a video about the Psycho set, about the difference between the Blu-ray and the 4K. and I can't see a huge difference myself. And I think it does depend on the quality of your television and your player maybe and stuff like that. But I'm happy enough with that Blu-ray set, as I am happy enough with this awesome set, which is still quite hard to find, I think. I mean, the price sadly probably will have gone down now there's a 4K version of it, but this is an awesome set. As I say, it was one of my very first Arrow purchases back in the day when it was first announced, and I remember it being late and everything and stuff like that. It took a while for it to get here, but yeah, and ahh'd about selling it in the past because of how much it used to be worth. I think it was like going for a region of about maybe 150, 170 back in the day, but just couldn't bring myself to do it because I love these films. I've met Doug Bradley a few years ago at one of the cons, and yeah, I mean, the first one is iconic, the second I think is really, really good, and the third one I don't remember a great deal about. I only watched Bloodline recently and it didn't really do a great deal for me, so I think these are the best, the three, and the documentary is fantastic. You should really, really make time to watch that if you like the films. Anyway, that'll do for today. Hope you all have a fantastic Christmas. Hoping maybe in the new year to do a few more vids about different things as opposed to just pick up some things. Like I think I did recently say that I went to a few concerts this year. I might talk about those. I need to try and get the playlist together and things and have a chat about them. Something for you about a quick honourable mention before I go. I went to the cinema last week and saw the amazing Godzilla -1. I highly recommend that. It was absolutely fantastic. I had no idea what to expect from it. I just saw it advertised, didn't even know it had come out. I just saw it on this when it was on the cinema. I was like, oh, I've never heard of that. And it's in Japanese. Yeah, it's like set in Japan just after World War II. Follows a guy who hadn't really fulfilled his duties while he was out there, and he is trying to seek some kind of redemption, or like he's suffering from PTSD, I think, and then he obviously witnesses Godzilla at this place and ends up seeing it again, and as it comes towards Japan, he starts to try to destroy Japan, and he gets a few people together, like a small community, to come together to get a plan going to destroy Godzilla. And it was just like a very heartfelt and emotional story. I was not seeing that coming. I just thought, oh, we might just watch seeing Godzilla smash stuff up. But when Godzilla wasn't smashing stuff up, the story and the acting was fantastic. And I highly, highly recommend it, especially on the big screen. It looked amazing. I'm quite a big fan of how Godzilla looked. I thought he looked amazing. The irony was, we saw a trailer before it. I think it was a Godzilla and Kong film that's coming out, an American one. And the CGI just looked so bad. And in comparison to that, which I think it was a $15 million movie, and the one with the Godzilla and King Kong one's probably going to be about 100 million, and it looked absolutely atrocious. So I highly recommend seeing that one over the one that's coming out in America. I don't know when it's coming out, but I've not really seen any of those ones apart from the first Godzilla that they did a while back, and the King Kong Skull Island, which were all right. But this one was really, really good. Was not expecting it to be as good as it was. So I highly recommend Godzilla -1. And yeah, so hope you all have a good Christmas. I'm hoping to pick up a couple of little titles, maybe an Arrow or two, maybe, or something like that. But I will do something after Christmas, show you what my pickups have got. And yeah, all the best for 2024. And I hope to see you all again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.